This is what the old house looked like when I found it. Just about every contractor in town had already looked at it and decided it wasn't worth saving. And I was told more than once that my best bet would be to push it in a hole and cover it up and build a new house on the spot, but I wasn't willing to do that. I thought the place had some real character, nice straight lines to it. To me it looked savable, and I needed a place to live, and it looked to me like the house needed someone to take care of it. So that's kind of how we got together. Of course, the place did have some problems. For one thing, the basement was flooded. I remember the first time I went down in there, there was no power in the place. It was cold. I was down there with a flashlight. I was thinking, this is a perfect opportunity for a Stephen King movie, some kind of monster lurking in the basement that's gonna suck me up and spit me out, and no one will even ever know, but the real horrors in the basement turned out to be stuff like these oil tanks sitting in the water, and the heater that didn't work, and the hot water heater that had frozen and busted, and all this junk sitting around. You can see here there are supports that are completely washed out, and somebody made a halfway attempt to keep the house from falling in by putting this jack under here. The electrical system the basement had flooded the electrical system, and it was completely ruined. All the pipes had frozen and burst. The basement was completely full of garbage. In this picture you can see some of the garbage that I began to haul out of the basement. I actually hauled 5 truckloads of garbage out of the basement, and I found a few treasures. These are them. Right there's not that many, and you can see that. And then I hauled 5 truckloads of crushed stone back into the basement and started replacing the supports, and I spent a long time jacking the house up before I got it level. I also replaced the electrical system. That's one of the first things I did. More cleaning, more jacking. Jacking a house up takes time. You have to jack it up and let it settle and jack it up some more. I replumbed the house, I rewired the house, I put new beams in up under the house. I spent a long time in the basement. I began to feel a little bit like a mole. I spent so much time in the basement. But at a certain point, it was done, and I felt pretty good about it. So the next thing I went to work on was the bathroom. If you'll notice here, there was quite a lot of rotted floor right next to my bathtub, and it made getting in and out of the bathtub kind of a challenge. I had this sort of fear of falling through the floor naked, which unnerved me a little bit, so I spent a little time working on that so that I could get a nice safe floor, because I had a feeling I was going to get dirty a good bit at this place, which turned out to be true.